Good day everyone, welcome back to Matt Hill's Scale Models update on this Dragon kit I'm doing, the 1/350th scale USS Ingersoll. I sort of got a bit in front of myself. I was going to do like a bit of a build update. I've been writing some notes down, so if any of you guys want to have a crack at doing this kit, I'll give you some sort of heads up, I suppose. I haven't got a very good lighting here at the moment for videos. I've got to work on that. That's the next thing I want to do slowly. But anyway, I got to this stage at the moment, and the kit hasn't been as nice to put together as what I thought it would have been. The hull itself comes in like two parts. You might as well sing a chubby checker song, just do the twist. It was really hard to put together, and even with those bulkheads on the inside of the hull, it still didn't stop the hull from separating through the middle. So I sort of glued it together the best I could, and those holes that are in there for the stand, heaps of filler, then sanded back in bits and pieces to get it to go together. The propeller shafts also had some very bad sink marks in some of these joins here, and some large pieces of flash, which was really hard to fix on both sides of the shafts on the bottom of the hull. The superstructure was really warped. It was hard to sort of get it to go together in the shape then to put these deck halves on. I had to take this deck, I had to paint the back deck first. That's why I'm at that point, because inside there's the helicopter deck, or the hangar. You've got to sort of paint that as a separate little box unit, glue it in there. So I painted all the deck, the helicopter deck. I've just masked it off, and then I'll glue that back on, and then I concentrated on getting all these pieces here put through. All this top deck had a really bad join lines between it, so I've had to fill and sand all the join marks through here. On this front part of the ship here, the conning deck, I think it's called, really poor fit here. I put some plastic card in there to fill some of the gaps and sanded around here. There was heaps of overhang on bits and pieces. I haven't put the stairways in there yet. I was hoping to get some photo etch stairs for that. Not so much the ladders, but the stairs. The other thing I've noticed with this kit too, watching other people's videos to get some ideas on it, is there's no detail on any of the doors. The watertight doors are all blank. It's fine if you just want to build it as it is. Otherwise, you're just going to have to go and buy some photo etch. I don't know whether I'll do that or not yet. I'm really finding it hard to get photo etch here in Australia at the moment. I've been to all the major shops and eBay and everything. It's getting hard to find some bits and pieces. There was a very poor fit here on the bow. In the deck here was very hard to get a good fit, so there's a fair bit of filler in there and sanded back. The deck itself on the hull of the ship didn't go down too bad. There's a few areas where I've had to sort of put a little bit of filler in. I'll go to the starboard side here. It was all virtually the same. Fill, sand, around the top of the roofs here. Fill, sand through here. Still couldn't get a good gap through this bottom half. And then I've got these where there's locating tabs on the inside of the hull, and resulted in all these big long sink marks on the outside of the hull. You'll have to fill and sand those. Got some little things here to drill out on the side, some little tie down points. The deck, I still couldn't get it to sit right. The deck here at the back, hope you can see that, it sits proud. It's too hard for me to sand down, and I didn't it's just too hard for me to sand it down. So I'm hopefully going to try to hide that with some photo etch railing, and hopefully that might hide it. So it's been a pretty much a bugger of a kit in a few regards, but I am still having fun. I like to have a kit that has a few bits and pieces wrong with it. I can sort of divvy around, try and improve my skills a little bit. These little side decks here for the lifeboats, very, very, very poor fit through here as well. Some gaps that have to be filled in. I've just got to fix up this little piece here. It's not quite lined up properly, so where the navigation light is there, I'm going to have to just hopefully look at it and cut it out so it sits, level all the way around. And then I'm going to start painting all the decks tonight, and that way I can continue on with the rest of the ship. Yeah, if you're interested in the deck colours I'm going to use, I have read a couple of forums about deck colours where they said that the helicopter deck was a darker colour than the rest of the ship. So I went for, I'm going to have a sip of coffee, sorry guys. A little bit dry. So I went for the Tamiya, sorry about the smear on there, but it's the XF86 rubber tyres. I did the rubber tyres, which is a blacky purpley colour for the helicopter deck area. I've masked that off, and then I'm going to spray the rest of it. The instruction call-outs call for RLM66, which is a dark grey colour. So I'm going to go for NATO black for the rest of the deck colour. And I have sprayed, you can't see it, but I have found with some Tamiya paints it's very easy to mark. So what I've done, you might see the glossy pieces there where I've masked over some of these storage boxes. I just give it a quick coat of Future to try to protect the Tamiya paint surface. I haven't primed this. I didn't want to prime it for the fact is that I didn't want to put too much shadow into the grey of the upper superstructure and the hull, just because I didn't want to build a really weathered warship. And so I'm just going to go, the Tamiya seems to stick down all right, but it does mark easy. You can bump it and scratch, especially if you're fitting parts and things to it. So I'm going to get all this done in the NATO black, and then I'm very, 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 very up and down on whether I'm going to replace the anchor chain here. It's moulded into the deck, but it doesn't really give you any sort of points of where it goes. I might have to do a little bit more research on these Spruance class destroyers or ABL destroyers to see whether I can get some pictures of where the anchor might go, the chain. So if I can get that sorted out, then yeah, I will run anchor chain, because I wanted to sort of try to do this a little bit, do it up a little bit, add some detail to it. I've only ordered some generic handrails for it. I couldn't get the actual set from Edward or White Ensign or the American Tom's Model Works here in Australia, and the postage out of America at the moment is absolutely ridiculous, like $60 for a set of bit of photo etch. So yeah, that's where I am. A lot of other parts have been done, and I will go through those. Like I've built the smokestacks and the funnels, and I haven't done the mast or anything yet, but I've built the guns. I've built the Tomahawk missile carriers for the front deck and a few things, but I will do that as I paint them and go on. I've left a lot of things off so I don't break anything off while I'm painting bits and pieces. So yeah, I'll paint the decks in the Tamiya NATO black, then mask it all up, and then start to add some superstructure. I've got to paint the tops on a couple of these little pieces here. There's one there and one on the back. The funnels go in behind. You have seen that I have painted them at one stage. I had to strip them off because, oops, a daisy, I completely stuffed them, and I could see some joins around the tops of those didn't fit real together, and I had to fill them and sand them. Then when I thought was good, I sprayed them with a bit of black, and it just showed out all the flaws. So I've redone them again, and so hopefully this will be no marks in it, or very minimal at least for me. Thanks, guys. Thanks to all my new subscribers, and thanks to everyone for their kind comments and support. Until next time, be safe, model hard. A little bit of effort, you can get a good result from an old model kit. And remember, Slava Ukraini.